Welcome to my views and news. Two news stories. First one is about disarmament of Amhara Special Force members in one city of the Amhara region. Some Amhara Special Force members have been disarmed. Reportedly, there was a stalemate between Ethiopian National Defense Force and Amhara Special Force members in this city in the last 2 days, but somehow Ethiopian army managed to disarm Amhara Special Force members there, and Amhara Special Force members could not get lots of public support in this city. Secondly, viewers, a committee was formed by Ethiopian government to head release of Tigrayan members of Ethiopian National Defense Force from prisons. We know that when war broke out in November 2020, Tigrinya speaking members of Ethiopian army were imprisoned just because they were Tigrayans. It was feared that they could support TPLF. So they did not commit any crime. They did not take part in war. They were not combatants, but they remained in prison for around 2 years. They are being released, but the committee is being led by a general who has laid out some preconditions for the release of these Tigrayans. We have details for you. Firstly, viewers, the disarmament, dismantling, reorganization of Amhara Special Force is continuing. In most parts of the Amhara region, people are standing in the way of Ethiopian National Defense Force. Amhara Special Force could not be disarmed, mainly due to public support for Amhara Special Force members. But in one city of the Amhara region, reportedly, ENDF has managed to disarm some Amhara Special Force members. And we must not forget, this is basically disarmament operation. Government would keep on saying it is reorganization. No. Objective of Ethiopian army is to make Amhara Special Force dysfunctional. Weapons of Amhara Special Force are being taken by Ethiopian National Defense Force. And then Amhara Special Force soldiers will be given options to join ENDF, Federal Police, or regional police, or anti-riot police. First objective is to make Amhara Special Force members hand over their weapons to Ethiopian National Defense Force. In Waghemra, there is Sikkota city. Main city in Waghemra is Sikkota. And in Waghemra, Agos live in large numbers. Waghemra is on Amhara Tigray border. And Ago Liberation Front fighters, they have been based as well in this region, in this zone. Tigray fighters have been backing them, arming them, training them. Agos live, majority of Agos lives in Waghemra and in areas near Gondar too. And the general who is leading disarmament operation is an Ago, reportedly, General Ababakar. In Sikkota, there was a stalemate between Amhara Special Force members and Ethiopian army. For the last 2 days, there was a stalemate. Ethiopian army had laid siege to Sikkota, partial siege. Amhara Special Force members, they were at Sikkota Teachers College, and they were firing. They resorted to aerial firing to avoid disarmament. ENDF was trying to engage locals, religious elders, to talk to Amhara Special Force members. Amhara Special Members, they were trying to flee towards Lalibela and Gondar too. And reportedly, Ethiopian army has managed to disarm some Amhara Special Force members in Sikkota. So it's not possible for us to share numbers with you, but only confirmation is that Ethiopian army managed to enter Sikkota city. Army was not in Sikkota reportedly, it was mainly in the outskirts of Sikkota city. It managed to enter Sikkota city and Amhara Special Force members have been disarmed. How many? We don't have details, firstly. Secondly, Amhara Special Force members could not get public support in Sikkota like they're getting in Gujum, in Volo. Gondar is silent. Mainly in Gujum, we are seeing that people are resisting disarmament of Amhara Special Force. They are obstructing ENDF's movement towards Amhara Special Force camps. Same public support for Amhara Special Force was not seen in Sikkota. Though 2 days ago, a protest was held in Sikkota in support of Amhara Special Force members. But some sources say the protest was forced. Locals were forced by Amhara Special Force members to protest. And Amhara Special members 3 days ago carried out an ambush on a convoy of Amhara IDPs who were on their way through Waghemra towards Abergale. 4 trucks were attacked. 1 truck was taken by Amhara Special Force members. Dozens of IDPs were stranded, and the truck was taken by Amhara Special members to Lalibela. So that led to decreased support for Amhara Special Force members in Waghemra, in Sikkota. Perhaps that is why people did not come out in large numbers to support Amhara Special Force and to stop ENDF from reaching Special Force camp. Now, only confirmation is that Ethiopian army has managed to disarm Amhara Special Force members in Sikkota, Waghemra reportedly. Secondly, viewers, Tigrayans speaking members of Ethiopian National Defense Force suffered a lot. No crime was committed by them. Just because they were Tigrayan, they were arrested. It happened in November 2020 when war broke out. Tens of thousands have been in prison since then. After Pretoria deal, the two sides talked about the release of prisoners. And Ethiopian government constituted a committee to deliberate the release of these Tigrayans. Ethiopian Army General Belay Seyoum was appointed as the head of this committee. The committee is in talks. It is visiting different prisons. And last night I reported that around 1,500 Tigrayans had been freed from a prison in SNNPR. Tigrayan means Tigrayan soldiers were part of ENDF. Now it is being reported that this committee led by Belay Seyoum General is forcing Tigrayans to sign a letter of apology. That these Tigrayan soldiers had links with the TPLF, and those who are signing this document of apology are being released, and those who are refusing are still in prisons. It is being reported by several sources. Why is that the committee is forcing Tigrayans to sign this paper? Does it mean that the committee wants to prevent any future legal action by these Tigrayans because they remain in prison without any official charges against them submitted, without having committed any crime? So maybe they could file cases for damages against the government in future. That is why perhaps the government wants to ensure that these Tigrayans sign letter of apologies confirming their involvement, their support for TPLF. Whatever the case is, it's difficult to say, but the committee is forcing Tigrayans to sign letters of apology. Now, all these issues should be raised by Tigray regional government. Now, we see journalists, human rights activists speak on these issues. Why is that Getachew's government is silent? Regional interim government in Tigray should tell the people what is happening. And again, I'm saying that Tigrayans who work with Tigray interim government put in place by federal government in Tigray in November 2020, those Tigrayans should also be released. They were arrested by TPLF when Tigray fighters returned to Mekelle in July 2021. No one is speaking for their release. How many were arrested? Where are they? Are they still in prisons? Have they been released? Because Tigray fighters attacked those who were working with that interim government. Fenkill movement founder was assassinated. Assassination was blamed on Tigray fighters. It happened in December or January, I think, January 2021 or December 2020, I think. No one was held accountable for the assassination of that leader. Fenkill founder was opposed to TPLF. So that is why Tigrayans should be released without any preconditions in Ethiopian prisons, and those Tigrayans who put in prisons in Tigray by TPLF should also be released by Tigray government. Thank you for watching.